Okay, I think we are good.
Are we live?
We should be. So it is you and me, Darksil.
Yep, you and me.
Let's do this.
With Joekerism and Tyrin.
That is it. That is it.
Has Joekerism locked in yet?
He has indeed. He has indeed. We have got a Renekton.
Yeah, it's a Renekton mirror matchup.
Oh, it's like they know. It's like they know.
it's like they have a psychic connection. It's a special connection to each other.
That's what I think it is. I think we've got tactics at play here.
Tactical decisions.
Yep. For all the people on stream that don't know who I am, I'm David, Esports News UK, David. The one and only, I guess. You know me mostly from writing insane match reports on last year's multiplayer ESL Premiership. I do the news with Dom, not much of it, I do a bit. And I also do those fantastic posts on pro.esl for League of Legends. I'm not a caster, this is not what I'm good at. Anyone that heard the stream yesterday will know. So,
hey, you weren't that bad.
Let us go. Oh, he's just being sweet. He's just being sweet. So we're in it. I mean, Renekton. I mean, he's pretty good. I mean, no one's really got an advantage, have they? I mean, I don't know what skin you got on your side.
We have no skin on my side.
Wow. I mean, we've got pool party, so.
So he automatically wins.
Does that give us an
Joekerism
advantage?
wins. Joekerism just automatically wins.
Yeah.
Game over.
That's it. I'm gonna put on some of the names because I feel like people.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah. Right.
But it should be an interesting matchup anyway.
I think so.
Since Joekerism's an AD carry main, and I think Tyrin is as well. So both at a little bit of a disadvantage going for that Renekton. Neither have keystones as well, so
yep.
A little bit of an interesting matchup.
Yeah, normally Australia players, they're now playing in Greenland, so flipping the map.
We do see a little bit of trade here, but it's just gonna be a wet noodles fight. It's just the way things are between Renektons usually.
Top quality League of Legends.
Yeah. They're probably going for the execute on each other rather than going for tower damage or for the 100 CS, but
yeah.
They could go for the 100 CS.
You read my mind.
They do use the slice and dice to close gaps and do a little bit of damage to each other as well, so they're both down to about half health. They both pop those pots. Both have 2 pots left. So pretty standard on both sides, trying to get a little bit of advantage. Ooh. Actually, Ignite has been used by Tyrin onto Joekerism. Joekerism taking quite a lot of damage from that. He still has both his summoners available, and Flash is the only one available on the side of Tyrin.
Incredible plays.
You sound so bemused by it. You're like,
I mean, this is too good level of League of Legends for me.
You're just like, why am I here? Why am I casting professionals?
This is beyond my level.
Joekerism with a little bit of the BM from the backing there. Yeah, I'm not a professional caster either. I mean, I'm not even semi-professional.
Oh, there you go. I'm just a guy with a microphone.
I'm just amateur. Unless I get paid by someone to do it, then I'll call myself semi-professional for a while.
I can certainly say that was sick plays from Tyrin. I mean, that slice and or dice stun was exceptional.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Joekerism getting a lot of health back from using his Cold Meek, if I'm not mistaken. Tyrin getting that Cold Meek and Slice and Dice down as well. Joekerism taking quite a lot of damage. They will need to use Ooh, that was nice. That was lovely, but didn't quite get there on time. The relic was given to Joekerism, so if he was about a second faster, Tyrin would have picked that up, and Joekerism could have actually gone down, could have died there. It was very close. But we do see a very close CS number between the two players, 19 to 15 at this point. Neither have any pots available, but Flash aggressively to Joekerism. We do see that ultimate being popped by him. Slice and Dice used by Tyrin to get out. So that ultimate is burned by Joekerism, gives him that little bit more health, but still a lead to Tyrin at this point. Coldmeek was used. Ultimate was also used by Tyrin, forcing Jokerism to back away. He's at about half health. Tyrin still has the advantage in this game so far with a little bit of CS difference between the two. Jokerism is forced to back away. He is quite low health at this point. Tyrin just going to be happy pushing in this wave, getting a little bit more CS back, trying to close that CS gap between the two, get a little more gold, a little more experience, more importantly, since they will not be backing off to get any more items.
It's been a fun start. A fun start. I feel like at the moment it's Tyrin's way at the moment though. I think he's played it well so far. Quite a lot of BM from Jokerism, but I think we expect it, don't we?
Yeah, we kind of expect that from Jokerism, but we do see a level advantage between the two players. With level 6 to level 7, there's about half a level difference between the two players. They're even in CS at the moment, with both being on level 7 as of now. Jokerism taking quite a lot of damage, taking that poke damage from Tyrin's Cold and Meek. He does get that stun off onto Tyrin. He did not want to take that tower shot, but he took it anyway. They're quite similar in health levels at the moment, but the rage bar is slightly different. So they will be able to use that enhanced abilities to get a little more damage or a little more health back using that Cold and Meek to get a little more health. He doesn't quite get there on time. Tyrin is not in a position that he wants to do. Both use their Ignite and use their Cold and Meek to get a little more health back. Tyrin is in a spot of bother here.
Yep.
He cannot do anything. He just stops because he knows he's going to be killed. Jokerism has first blood and he wins this game.
GG.
That is game 1 over to Jokerism. It was a little bit of a misplay by Tyrin in that to the left towards the enemy tower rather than going right to dodge away. I mean, it was kind of his only option, but it was also a little bit of a misplay, to be fair. Exactly, and then he couldn't get out without tower diving, which would have given the kill over to Jokerism anyway. He could have gone through the minion wave, but would have gotten himself killed, and that's why he just stood still, because he knew he was dead either way. I think they'll probably go for if it goes to the third game, they'll do all best of 3 games as a mirror matchup without those masteries, just so that they will have the exact same, so that they can be more of a test of skill rather than a test of how they build or how they particularly have their runes and masteries laid out, which you'd have in solo queue or even in 5v5 games. So that's basically what they want to do, see who's the better player on these particular champions. Like with that Renekton, it just went down to luck, I think, in the end. Well, not really luck, it's more whoever had the better... it wasn't really better laning, more better positioning, since in that last little skirmish we saw, they really had to have better positioning, and Tyrin kind of gave it up to Jokerism by having a little bit of a worse positioning than Jokerism. Exactly, yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see if what they are going for this game. They look to be thinking about going for a mirror matchup Ezreal for this game, which will be another a more high mechanical champion with trying to hit those Qs, using those arcane shifts and using those Essence Flux to get damage through the minions and to try and use more of the micro game and the positioning to hard carry their side and get those advantages and push those advantages to try and get the win. So we are getting into Champion Select, and I'm sure they will be insta-locking in that Ezreal if they have indeed decided to go with that Ezreal. And we do see Jokerism going for the Ezreal straight away. He hasn't quite locked it in yet. They're probably just going to decide in their chat between themselves what summoners and what runes and masteries they're going to pick up as well, just to make sure they're all on the same page.
Yep, you want to make sure your masteries are on the same page.
Right, it's the same mastery page and same rune page, so that it's really... this is an especially important matchup as well between these two players, because they're both AD carry mains. So really interested to see who plays the Ezreal better. They'll probably be going for the longsword tier and pod start, but they could go with anything. They could go with Guardian's Hammer and with 3 pots and boots, or they could go with any number of things. So we'll just have to wait and see what they do decide to buy. They are going with their standard 1v1 matchup with no mastery keystone and with normal AD carry runes, I would expect. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. If you guys in the chat want to give your predictions on who will win this one, we haven't been asking you guys at all today, but I'm quite interested to see what you guys think. Who you think will win this game? And Tyrin is a jungle main, by the way. Okay, cool. I thought he was an AD carry main because we've had a lot of AD carry mains on today. So I just kind of got mixed up between him and one of the other high elo players that I was casting earlier on today, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of good AD carries in the UK scene, so.
There is indeed. So it'll be interesting to see who wins this. I would like to put my money on Joekerism since he's the AD carry main, but he hasn't corrected me on that yet. So I'd like to say that I'm correct about something in this stream.
He is an AD carry main. So it really is his game to lose, to be honest, since
Tyrin is the jungle main, and you don't really see jungle Ezreal. We haven't seen that since. It was season 5, something like that. Wasn't it where you had that smite?
Yeah, I think I remember it well from my position as a support main.
Yeah, and you used to also have Ezreal mid with smite because of that smite.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the Ezreal mid. It always used to scare me. Full AP Ezreal mid, terrifying champion. Resident Esports News UK carry lord, Mr. Crane, is a bit of a fan of the support Ezreal still.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, the support Ezreal's no.
Yeah, well, he does love it. I mean, I think he's going back 2 years in time, liking that pick.
Well, he's an AD carry main, so he's kind of like, I'm just gonna pick an AD carry and go support with that. So. We see that they're exactly even on items and on farm at the moment. They're actually getting the exact same farm at the exact same time, so nothing much to say about that. Does miss that Q onto Tyrin. He does aggressively use his Arcane Shift forward. Arcane Shift forward aggressively by Tyrin as well. They both exchange blows. Tyrin taking the worst damage from that. Joekerism flashing that Keystone Mastery, just saying that, I know I'm a good Ezreal, come at me, bro.
Yeah, classic Joekerism again. But will it come back to bite him in the arse? Much like it did in the first game.
First game, to be fair, it was a champion that they both would not necessarily be very familiar with or very practiced on, since AD carry and jungle. You don't really see jungle Renekton, and you definitely don't see AD carry Renekton.
No, not something I've seen, and I play in silver, and you see a lot. You see a lot in silver.
You do indeed.
Renekton, not one of those. Good denial from Joekerism there. Quite important, I think. Although, obviously, Tyrin will pick up his own. But Joekerism has the advantage of having 2 himself.
Exactly. Just what I was about to mention. The denial of that relic is very important, since it leaves Joekerism to have 3. It gives him that extra mana that he was low on. And he already has his 2 available himself, which leaves Tyrin only have 1 available, so it puts him at a huge disadvantage. And he can still push this lane in as much as he wants, and he can still keep that CS the same as Tyrin. So they're both even on CS. There's actually only 1 CS difference, 27 to 29 now. That True Shot Barrage was used. It didn't do anything to Tyrin.
No.
It just about missed him. It did hit that CS wave, so he wants to push that in as much as he can into that tower. And then he can go back and get one of his relics if he wants to give that buff to his mana pool. But I wouldn't really recommend him doing that until he gets lower in his health. Joekerism does take a little bit of damage there trying to get that relic away from Tyrin, but it wasn't really worth it for Tyrin either. He's forced to use his other relic, and he's still lower health than Joekerism is. Tyrin is being reduced down in health quite a lot. He does get that level up, which increases health a little bit, so it does help him out just that tiny bit, and he has more mana than Joekerism has, but Joekerism does, as we said before, have those 2 relics available, which will put up his health and mana if he chooses to use them.
Yeah, I think Joekerism's familiarity with ADC is showing much more in this matchup. His timing on that relic was near perfect as well, about a millisecond out, if he was doing it deliberately, of course.
Exactly, but you see the problem with being an AD carry main as well. But we did just before I go on to that point, we did see Joekerism picking up that relic just to get that little bit more sustain in his mana pool. He also, even though he has that sustain innate with the Guardian's Hammer to get that little more lifesteal, because that's 10% lifesteal, he did it to get a little bit more health up as well, just so that he wouldn't have to rely solely on that lifesteal. But I now completely forget the point that I was going to go on. It was going to be an interesting point. It's just be great. it would make me an LCS caster.
We can only dream.
It would be that good. It would be that good. Maybe some of the pro players can pull some strings. They'll be like, this guy's so good at play-by-play.
Yeah. Have you heard his quips? He's amazing.
He had this point he didn't make, but it was going to be so good.
Hire him.
But we do see that Joekerism has so much more mana now at this point than Tyrin at his disposal. Oh yes, I think I remember the point that I was going to make. Tyrin does take away that relic though. He does need that to get mana back. He does use his Arcane Shift aggressively towards Tyrin. Tyrin takes the worst blunt from that trade, but he does take away that relic from Joekerism. But the problem with being an AD carry main as well is he can be overly familiar with Ezreal, since by this point, Ezreal would have backed very early to get his tier to stack that up, so he'll be used to using up a huge amount of mana, keep spamming his abilities. So if he's overly familiar, use overly familiar because it can be such a disadvantage if you keep spamming those and you don't have your tier to keep stacking that up, so you can just be constantly low on mana and expect to have that mana regeneration and to have that mana stack up because of the tier, which you actually don't have because you aren't allowed back.
I think it's a great point. I think you're seeing that as well in the way Joekerism's playing and the way he's very aggressively going for every single relic where he can. Whereas obviously with Tyrin not being an ADC, like you say, he's almost taking it as it comes.
Exactly, he's more playing it low and slow, but he does have also the disadvantage of not being as mechanically competent on Ezreal. So with being AD carry main, you have that advantage, but you also have that little bit of a disadvantage. So if he can overcome that little bit of a disadvantage, then he'll definitely be able to win out these trades, which we do see him doing right now. He's winning these trades, even just auto-attacking each other. Tyrin taking quite a lot of damage. Joekerism does have those 2 relics available to the none available on the side of Tyrin, so he can go back and get that little more health, little more mana to keep himself in lane and help himself keep pushing. We do see 70 CS on the side of Joekerism, so this could go to a 100 CS win, or it could go to a kill. Tower is nowhere near going down, so it's going to be one of those 2 win conditions, I would say, to get the win.
Definitely. A lot of pressure applied by Joekerism as well. Not content to win CS or kill, he's just trying to win it all.
Exactly, but we do see Tyrin doing actually quite well in this matchup. Joekerism, he does, as I mentioned earlier, have that disadvantage of being overly familiar with the AD carry, especially Ezreal, and he's constantly low on this mana. He's at 56 mana, which is only enough to use 1 Q or 1 Essence Flux. He doesn't even have enough to use his Arcane Shift, which is 80 mana at this level. So it's really not something that it's really something he really needs to be conscious of. It's not something that he'd be really conscious of straight away. That flash was beautiful into that bush to avoid that arcane barrage, but he doesn't have it available to be defensive about it. Again, he does have his heal available because he hasn't used that yet, but he's taking a lot of damage from Joekerism. Joekerism doesn't have the mana to follow this up though, which is again building on the point that we were talking about earlier. He just doesn't have the he just is overly familiar with having that tier onto an Ezreal.
Yes, yeah, you can see it constantly. Low mana pools. It's very telling of a good Ezreal player, not a Zia player, an Ezreal player.
You're getting Ezreal mixed up with Azir. a little bit of a difference between the 2 champions.
There's a slight difference. I mean, mid lane is about their only common share.
Exactly, but and they're both men. But
yes, I mean we don't like to presume. He is a bird person.
He is a bird person, yeah. But
Emperor, you kind of assume that's man because otherwise it'd be Empress. But either way, we don't want to assume their gender.
No,
don't want to assume their gender.
It is far too early to do that.
Far too early, yeah. But Tyrin is taking the brunt of this trade. He does take that Essence Flex to the face. He has very little mana and he has lower health. He's half the health of Jokerism, but he's still taking these aggressive trades. Jokerism is trying to back away a little bit. He's almost afraid of what Tyrin can do. But he does have the health advantage and the mana advantage.
Yeah, it almost feels right now that Tyrin has to make this play. With only 3 CS to go on Jokerism, it's all or nothing now, isn't it?
Exactly, he definitely has to make this play here.
Flash
From Jokerism defensively, Tyrin has to get this play here. He's 10 away, but Jokerism's 3 away. Jokerism really has to focus on Tyrin, otherwise he'll be focused down and he will lose if he gets killed. So he is 2 farm away. He only has to get 2 more. Tyrin trying to keep it at bay. 1 more farm and Jokerism will win. All he has to do is get 1 Q onto one of the minions and he will win. 1 more auto attack onto Tyrin, he'll get the win as well. That's first blood just as he's about to get the 100 farm. Jokerism wins.
Big plays, big plays.
That was well, I was going to say it was close, but it was close to Jokerism winning 2 different ways. Yeah. It would also be really interesting to watch. What I thought, like, speaking about that matchup, is that all it was Jokerism pushing those little bit of advantages that he was getting and utilizing the little mistakes that we saw on the side of Tyrin. Tyrin just making tiniest little mistakes because he's not as familiar with that ADC. So you can see the familiarity that Jokerism had with the champion, with the role, and the unfamiliarity that Tyrin had. So hopefully we'll see him on a more comfortable champion and maybe a little less comfortable champion for Jokerism. But it would be interesting to see a jungle matchup or any other matchup where they are a similar advantage or disadvantage just to equal it out a little bit. They could go with Graves since he used to be an AD carry. Or they could go with Kindred, I guess. Kindred's an AD carry. Yeah. You could say Lamb and Wolf champion. Yeah, we should be really one of us on either side instead of both of us being on Jokerism's side. Just like, yeah, Jokerism. No, just be chill. Just act like as if you don't like Jokerism. We're neutral on this stream.
Yeah, I don't know if Jokerism likes me particularly. I think I spelled his name wrong in an article on ESL a little while ago.
Oh,
yeah.
What are we gonna do?
I mean, it was obviously deliberate.
Yeah, obviously.
Almost as if you predicted it. It looks like the Graves could be the pick. At least that's what I'm seeing on my side.
Tyrin is not hovering anything at the moment, so it could be anything right now.
He's making us wait. The cheeky devil.
They could be talking in their chat on client to see what they want to pick into each other.
This is true.
And they might have a last second change. They do have 45 seconds to make their pick, so it could switch up to almost anything. Yeah. Since there are no picks, since there are no bans, we do see Tyrin, not Tyrion. That's Game of Thrones. We do see Tyrin locking in that Graves, so it is a Graves on Graves.
It is.
As we kind of thought would happen.
Yeah, it was mostly you, but I'll take the credit as well. We have Flash Ignite on this side. I mean, I was thinking of him. It was there. It was there.
It was in the background.
That's it. Yeah.
But I think it's a nice matchup since it's AD carry and it's jungler, so both should be relatively competent on it.
I would like to have seen the first one be more in favor of Tyrin, since we had the one that they were both uncomfortable with, then the one that was more in favor of Jokerism, and now it's both comfortable with it. So it's kind of more in the favor of Jokerism this best of 3 rather than anything else. But we'll just have to see how it plays out. It could be Tyrin could be a far more competent Graves player than Jokerism, since it is mostly in the meta for being in the jungle, and then secondary would be in the top lane. You never see him really being played as an AD carry as of yet, especially because with his auto attacks, they don't go through minions, so they're really not something that you really want to have in lane. He's more of a bruiser, more of that come in, just burst them down and get that loads of damage. So he's not really an AD carry at the moment. He's technically an AD carry, but he's not used as an AD carry.
No, both players using the exact same skin.
We do see a lot of early trading. Tyrin is coming out the worst for wear from it. We do see a popped by Jokerism, and this could be a very early first blood. Both are very low. End of the line has been used by Tyrin. Doesn't quite find his target though, and both back away. One biscuit left on the side of Jokerism, 2 pots left by Tyrin. So it could be a slight advantage for Tyrin at this point.
Yeah, more BM from Jokerism, which we like to see. We do like to see
that. It would be a little odd if Jokerism weren't to do that.
No, he's just letting us know that he is indeed amazing.
and another player is amazing.
Yes.
Tyrin does use that True Grit to get it away, get a little bit more tanky stats, end of the line being thrown out by both players, not caring about their mana pools at all. They do have to reload every now and then for their what used to be called a buckshot. I don't know if their passive is called buckshot at all anymore. But they are going to be happy to just farm out this lane, since they cannot hit each other with their auto attacks through the wave. So they'll have to hit each other with the end of the line with Smoke Grenade, use that True Grit to get through the minions and get damage down onto each other, like so. Tyrin is getting a little bit of damage down onto Jokerism, but the minions are just blocking his way now, so there's nothing much he can do until he clears that wave or gets through the wave. But if he gets through the wave, if he gets through his own wave and auto attacks Jokerism and gets through Jokerism's wave, because he has to get through Jokerism's wave as well, he will draw aggro from Jokerism's minions, and it will be vice versa if Jokerism were to do that to Tyrin. So
dangerous
bit
to
of a risky
trade.
player doing that.
It is. A lot of use of walls as well. I mean, for anyone aspiring to be good at Graves, walls are your friend. Especially when crushing foes against them.
Exactly. And you want to keep in mind, especially on Summoner's Rift, about your ultimate as well. You can use your ultimate to clear waves, get over walls. Ignite has been used ticking onto Jokerism. Jokerism taking quite a lot of damage here. You didn't expect that flash into the relic. Both very low on mana and health. Tyrin going to get his relic, and that is 2 relics available for Jokerism, so he does have a slight advantage here. If he can press this advantage, he might be able to get an early win on Tyrin, but Tyrin, knowing that he has this advantage, and Jokerism not going for that advantage actually in the end, he does get that end of the line down. Neither really hit their opponents, and they are going for this aggressive trade. He does use that True Grit to get away. He has 1 relic available down at the backside of the map. He will go down and get that immediately so that he can continue trading.
Yeah, it was an interesting play, I think, from Jokerism there, not to go back for the other relic. It almost seemed like Tyrin expected it, and Jokerism expected he'd expect it, and made quite a nasty little play at the bush. Sadly, it didn't really work.
No, it really didn't work out for him, because he had the advantage of going back to get that relic, but he didn't push that advantage, and he tried to play it a different way, but that play didn't work because he didn't have that advantage. So it just really just
fizzled
out, yeah.
Yeah, much like my 1v1s today.
You're constantly BMing yourself. So sorry for you.
I think you have to. I think when you're silver, I think you have to. And if you pick Aatrox against Illusion, I mean, I think you deserve to lose. I panicked. What can we say? Unlike these guys, however, who are not panicking and are smooth criminals. at the moment.
Well, it is Mafia Graves, so they have to be smooth criminals. Jokerism take quite a lot of damage. We do see... I was going to say we see a proc of Thunderlords, but actually we do see a proc of Thunderlords. I thought they were going to take any...
yeah, I had noticed that actually a moment ago.
So when I saw the proc of Thunderlords, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, what is that?
How did I see proc of Thunderlords when there was no Thunderlords?
It does appear they both have it, so they must, again, a gentleman's agreement in the previous screen.
So it was a proc of Thunderlords doing quite a lot of damage down to Jokerism. We do see 33 farm to 34, so they're really being a farm fest since they are two master or challenger players. We do see the grenades being thrown out to deny a little bit of vision, get a little bit of damage down. Jokerism being the worst off in this trade. He is a little bit low on health. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He doesn't have any relics to try and sustain him up in lane. Collateral damage comes down, doesn't get any damage onto Jokerism. Ignite was used as well. He was a little bit too far away for collateral damage to get any damage down on him. So that could have been a kill, but he just wasn't close enough.
Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
So it just means that we have more best of 3 to look forward to. This is, of course, the third game in the best of 3. They are 1-1 each at this point. So winner takes all. And Jokerism's at half health. He does have a lot of mana, but Tyrin has a lot of health and a lot of mana as well. So they will go for these aggressive plays, try to get the other to back off, try to get a little bit more damage down onto the other as they get down onto them. But Jokerism can't afford to take too many of these trades.
No. It does seem like the onus has been put on Tyrin a bit more this game to be slightly more aggressive. I think respecting Jokerism's ADC experience and expecting that he will be better at farming, which is showing in the score currently.
Exactly, he will be better at those last hitting the creeps because Tyrin would be more adept at last hitting jungle monsters most likely because he has more experience with that, especially on the Graves. But what we will see as well is that Jokerism isn't really giving as much respect to Tyrin's ability on to the Graves as Tyrin's giving to Jokerism, since he is going for these really aggressive trades when he doesn't have the advantage of and Tyrin clearly has the advantage in some of these trades. Tyrin can not go for these trades really right now because of the amount of mana he has. He is going to go back and get one of his relics so that he can sustain up that mana, get a little bit of health, just so he can go for these trades with Jokerism, who is really going aggressive in this entire game. So he knows that Jokerism will try and go for these trades onto him, try to get that little bit more damage onto him. So he really needs to have that sustain, just so he can actually take the trades with Jokerism. As we see, the grenade does come down from Jokerism, getting a little bit damage onto Tyrin, denying him a little bit of vision, getting him to back away from the farm, and that farm will push in a little bit to the tower. Not going to do too much because it's only 3 minions and the tower gets rid of it really quickly.
Yeah, the big moment there then, Tyrin picking up the other relic as well. Big flash, but very little doing.
Exactly. We did see the flash from Tyrin. He does get a lot of damage down at Jokerism. Popping of that Thunderlord's Ignite has been used. Jokerism has to use his True Grit to get away, get a little bit of tankiness just to try and survive that. He uses his Relic to survive a little bit more as well. Tyrin low on mana, a little low on health. He's at half health at this point, but he does have more health than Jokerism. Jokerism does have his Ignite available. It is ticking away on Tyrin, but Tyrin uses his True Grit to get away. He will get that little bit of tankiness from that. He has his Relic available as well, so he can go back and get that little bit of advantage. It's constantly trading advantages with this, and Jokerism going for the aggressive play. Tyrin uses his True Grit to flash away. He misses his collateral damage. He could have gotten the kill, but he tried to predict a flash from Tyrin, but he didn't know that Tyrin's first blood with the collateral damage. That's well played by Tyrin. Tyrin takes the series 2-1.
Fantastic from Tyrin.
I didn't even see that last collateral damage. I just saw him do it. I didn't see him actually die in the end. I'm just like, what? It was beautiful. We have Deadly vs. Nightmare. Indeed. Thank you very much for casting it with me anyway. Who's the other caster coming on for this one? It could be. Well, it could be you. Because Sandstorm isn't available. Yeah, but you actually did you did enable me to shoutcast pretty well anyway. So uh, maybe you're just a lucky charm.
Yeah, baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine, though. When it's over, I press rewind, though. Talking bands, I got it. Benjamins in my pocket. I traded my truth for some robbers, and he's playing Batman. Bet he's gonna rob him. Yeah, I got the Glock in my robbery. 17 shots, no 38. Yeah, I got the Glock in my robbery. 17 shots, no 38. Yeah, she's fine. Wondering will she be mine? Walk past, I press rewind. See that ass one more time. And I got this soda. Women, boys, ain't no. Don't show.
With another best of 3, ladies and gentlemen, with Deadly versus Nightmare. So it should be a really interesting game. We saw Deadly play already, and Deadly, did he win his best of 3? I've cast so many best of 3.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember.
Let's, as he's here, let's say he is. And sadly, obviously, as you can all tell, you've got me back, I'm afraid. But we are positive we will grow together. This
We'll
Twitch
grow.
is. I know you. This Twitch stream, this Twitch chat is beautiful. I've seen you all. You've touched me today. All 20 of you currently in the chat. So let's prepare for another top quality series. I've got a Z lock-in on my side currently.
So do I. There's a Z locking on my side as well.
It's like these people communicate before the games.
I know. It's like they can read each other's minds.
What are they up to?
But
What are they
we've
up
just
to?
been told. I just want to say this because it sounds cool. we've just been told by production that Deadly did in fact win his best of 3.
Well, there you go. Production. See, this is no small time operation here. Esports News UK's 24-hour Game Pass stream for special effects.
We get
don't
so
mess
many
about.
viewers. We have 20 viewers, boys.
Yep, that is it. We are in the early hours of the morning, and we're just keeping on. I mean, we've got great things planned. There's more actual planned stuff, and then maybe in a few hours when everyone's gone to bed, maybe I'll just stream some utter nonsense. We'll see. Who knows? I mean, before today, I didn't really want to stream ever, and now look at me. We're growing.
And then, like, you'll be PewDiePie. It's like,
Exactly.
Hey guys, what's up?
It's almost like this stream has had a special effect on me.
You just triggered my trap card.
This is going great. This is
we
going
do see,
great.
we do see both players starting off with their serrated Dirk and going for that early trade. And is that a chroma skin for Nightmare? I'm not quite sure.
It's very nice, that's for sure.
It is a very nice skin, but I like the Project one as well. We do see this BM coming out, Nightmare as well.
Yeah.
ACQ.
Some people will be interested to know that Nightmare is in fact in the Esports News UK group, which you can join if you like, just by adding Renegade 826 in game and saying, "Yo, add me to your group." It's pretty cool.
So afterwards I just like, yo, then you automatically add. That's a lot of damage actually onto Deadly. Maybe he is washed up.
I mean, I wouldn't like to say.
No, I wouldn't say that either.
He's better than me. I mean, if he asked me to 1v1 him, I'd just concede.
If he asked me to 10v1 him, I'd concede.
Yeah, I think that was originally one of the ideas for the stream, was to have a 5v3. 3 good people, obviously, and then 5 people of equal skill to myself and Dom.
And me.
Yeah, we'd have probably still lost.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, we could have had 2 of us in the jungle, but I just don't feel like it would have worked. I mean, Dom's Vi is good. It's certainly viable.
It is, but
where is that drum sound effect? We need that. Next game.
I actually used to have an app on my phone so I could just put it up to the microphone and go ba-dumps, but I don't have it anymore.
I bet you were popular.
Yeah, totally popular. I used to entertain all 10 of my viewers on stream with it.
Yeah. 10's good. 10's good. I'd be happy with 10. We're
was
seeing
pretty
some
good,
crazy
man.
damage.
That's our first blood.
I mean,
That's-
that's it. I mean, we were just talking, and first blood's gone in.
It happened so quickly. It's just like ignite down. He's dead. Okay.
That's it. I mean, what can you say other than
GG.
wow? Yeah, GG. I guess that's it. I mean, that was impressive. Hopefully, people were paying attention because we weren't.
1-0 to Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know one. So that showed...
I had to look at the chat to see who won because it said ACQ Nightmare drew first blood.
I mean, it was
I
impressive.
had to look at that. It was pretty impressive.
Well, we're going to set up the next game and go straight into it, hopefully. What are we expecting from this game? Do we expect... I'm guessing we're going to see Mirror. We're going to see Mirror again, I think.
Definitely another Mirror matchup. I'm not quite sure what they will want to run. Just looking at Nightmare's champion pool, he has a mix of lots of different things. His Lucian level 6, Yasuo level 6, Lee Sin level 6, and level 5 on Zed. So it's a big mixture of loads of different champions. His client crashed, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty standard stuff, isn't it? These days.
It is pretty standard.
Client
Especially if he's
crashes
using
and...
the other client, the new client.
Oh, that dirty new... Who would use such a thing?
Lots of people.
He says while using such a thing. I must admit, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the new client. I mean, it had its... it grew on me. I didn't like it at first. It had its moments. It didn't work very well. And, it's getting there.
Okay, we have been informed by Nightmare that he got a permaban on his main account, so not to analyze this one.
Oh, well, that's good, because I think it's my job, isn't it, to analyse, so
Yes, technically, yeah. Well,
So-
technically, it's your job to analyze like what's happening in the game, and like
That's
like,
my job.
We could talk about anything. Well,
Oh,
I
dear.
talk about what happens, and you're like why they do it.
Yeah, I do something. That is for sure. Well, certainly our little plug for the group worked. We have our first person to message me. I mean, I'm full of excitement and ideas. While I wonder how you actually invite people to clubs. I've worked it out. Look at that. We're gaining members. Deadly has now indeed joined the chat.
Yeah. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, we'll wait for the readies. We'll wait for production to whisper in our ears.
Yeah, production, it's coming through.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, Dom. Please do not shout.
Yeah, Dom, yeah. Stop brushing your teeth, please.
We are good to go. Yeah, we don't need you
Yeah.
brushing your teeth again. Well, here we go. Seamless transition there by the master of Twitch streaming. And we have a Lucian Hover on my side.
On your side. Do you
A
have
Lucian
anything
Lock, in
covered?
fact.
Lucian Lock.
Is a
Nothing on my
Lucian
side.
Lock. We are in lockdown.
I'd like to have, while Nightmare wasn't hovering anything, and while yours was locked in for Lucian, I'd like to have hovered Lucian. That would be funny.
I'm always concerned that we will lock in their champion.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's why I don't lock in until they've locked it. And
Yeah.
so I almost forget. I'm like, oh, I have to lock in.
Yeah, I mean that would be awkward. We'd have to start the lobby again and.
Like during one of the 1v1s, it got down to like 5 seconds and it started going dum, dum, dum. I'm like, oh, wait, I haven't locked in.
Yeah, exactly. Epic fail from production.
Just blame production. It's fine.
But it seems like both players are using the same skin. Probably the best skin. I mean, it's.
It is a really nice skin.
Although I must admit, and
Heartseeker
if
is
Riot are listening, the people who make the
so
skins
nice.
at Riot, that new Heartseeker skin is impressive.
It is so good.
I'm a big
I
fan.
love
I
that
love.
skin.
I like the art as well. I think it's some pretty impressive art. And if they're listening, Riot, good work.
It was pretty sexy. Yeah, Riot's totally gonna pay attention to this small little stream.
Totally. They won't be watching the NALCS, which you guys should definitely not watch. Because this is where the real action is at. Deadly versus Nightmare. The grudge match. Forget Hay. This is where it's at.
Forget NALCS.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Yep. These
Makes
are
no difference.
these are
This,
unimportant.
This is the real LCS, right?
I mean, what difference
is
will
the
you
real-
make watching the NALCS? Nothing. But you will
You
make
make all the difference watching this. Though.
exactly.
Look at the trades. Deadly actually taking quite a lot of damage here. Ignite has been used by both sides. This is going for an early first blood. Neither wants to really commit to a
Oh.
Nightmare. Both flash. Nightmare
Flash.
actually the lowest of the low right here. He does get the W onto Nightmare. He doesn't quite get to proc the passive though. In comes Nightmare trying to get the passive down at first blood.
Oh.
That's an early first blood by Deadly onto Nightmare. So it's 1-1 in the series. We do go to game 3, boys.
Yeah. And that's it. This is a quick series, so I hope whoever's going up
That
next
was
is
so
ready.
quick. That was so quick.
Yeah. This is UK esports. We don't mess about. We get stuff done.
Except on the production side.
Yep, that's it. I mean, I think people in the background, I can hear them panicking away, trying to rustle up the next
It's
game.
like, oh no!
They're
Production,
confused.
calm down. It's okay. Production,
Yeah.
shh. It's okay. Just, could you tell production to just calm down a bit?
We're sorting it. We're sorting
Maybe,
it.
maybe they'll listen to you.
Yeah, Dom, chill. We've got this.
Okay, he's calmed down now. It's
We've
fine.
got this. Well, I'll just wait for Nightmare to do his new job of inviting Deadly to the channel.
Because Deadly won't be able. Like, actually, yeah, I think Deadly has a full friends list or something, isn't it?
Oh, is that why he doesn't
Hello,
want
is
to add
that
me?
my name I heard there?
Oh, here he is.
Nothing,
Production.
Dom.
Production.
We weren't saying anything. Thought you went to bed.
No, I haven't gone to bed. I think Crane might be going to bed.
Oh, he's wimped out on me. My 24-hour buddy. And he can't hack it.
And he said as well, if I get pizza and Red Bull, I'll stay up all night. So I ordered him a pizza and now he's going to bed.
Oh, what
You
is
just can't get the
going-
staff these days.
You can't. I mean, it's unacceptable. I mean, what is he like? I mean, did he even sleep last night? That's what we need to know.
Listening. Do sleep. No, I think after this match, guys, I think that's it for a lot of the 1v1s. There's going to be, because we've had Berserker cancel on us, Connor. I don't think Inex has been able to find someone else. So it's going into this Hearthstone best of 5, starting at 20 to 2, going through to, gosh, about 3-ish, I think it was.
Wow.
And then it's the chill time madness. David, I don't know how you're going to stay up that late.
I'll do it.
I don't know what you're going to do with it in all those hours. I know you got Warcraft random stuff.
I mean, if people want to watch me heal dungeons of World of Warcraft, they can. I mean, it's really boring.
Dom, to be fair, he has me, and we can play Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
that's true.
Left 4 Dead. I also got Banner Saga 2 yesterday, which is fantastic.
I don't own that.
I've never played it properly. I've got it in
Twitch
Steam
Prime.
now.
Yeah, Twitch Prime. I was like, hello, this is mine.
Nice.
So I snapped
I
it
still
up.
want to get Resident
I stay up till
Evil.
3 or 4 every night anyway.
I don't want to get Resident Evil. I mean, that would make an entertaining stream, but I cannot play horror games, I'm afraid, chat.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
I had a friend who literally couldn't play them. He'd get to a jumpy bit, he'd like, out of impulse, throw the controller on the floor and then just sort of walk out the room.
Dear me.
That's how bad he was. But I like being scared.
I wouldn't sleep for a week. So we
sleep for a week after playing.
we have our champions and we're going Yasu, the ultimate skill matchup.
Yes,
and we have different skins. It's Blood Moon v High Noon. I mean, I don't know what wins there. We've also got Brolaf and Amumu.
I'm not sure. I quite like both of them. To be fair, I quite like both skins. So it would really be up to Dom to get the
deciding vote.
The tiebreaker. Well, basically just a pick because neither of us can pick between the two.
Well, are we going to see a crazy start again? That's what I think we all want to know. That's what Twitch chat is waiting to hear. Are we going to see a crazy start, or is this one going to drag it out? I mean, how much do you want to see Hearthstone? I mean, that is a question you need to ask.
I don't know if they're waiting for Hearthstone with bated breath, but they will want a lot of blood.
I mean,
these matchups.
I can say now, if my nephew's watching, if you're still there, Leo, I'm sure he's pretty excited to Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's like just one guy, Leo. It's all right, Leo. You can go away. I'm joking. But I'm really excited for this matchup since they will not want to go close enough for the other to be able to hit them with the Q, but they want to hit the other with the Q, and they have the exact same range. So they're probably not going to hit each other very much with it until they get the minion wave in. As you can see, it's just throwing it back and forth and hitting no one. Just hit that minion and going aggressive with the E. So you'll see a lot of mechanics in the Yasuo matchup since you will be dashing through those minions quite a lot and trying to dodge out the rest of the tornadoes coming out from your enemy. So we'll see a lot of skill being put into this. We see Nightmare taking quite a lot of damage at half health. He does have his tornado available though. Deadly does block it with that wind wall. It's a very nice wind wall to have done. He does block that damage and that knockup, so he can take the CS instead of being zoned away from it or forced away from it. So it is a relatively even matchup right now. We do see that both of them have gone with the Guardian's Hammer, refillable potion, and boots of speed. Both of them have used one of their potions, so we can see that they're relatively even right now, with a slight advantage to Deadly.
Yeah, definitely a mechanical play. Interesting champion Yasu, an instant ban for me in solo queue. Not because I don't like playing him, but I cannot stand my team playing him.
You can't stand your team playing him,
no,
because you don't like being against him that you ban him.
No, I mean, I can beat him easily, as we saw earlier with Scoundrel, but playing with him on my team...
The BM. Luckily, Scoundrel's not watching.
I hope not, I love him, so... I hope not.
Like, the second I found out Scoundrel was going to be casting some of the games, just like, ooh. giant Saucer Eyes. Flash away by Nightmare. Flash in from Deadly. There's just one Q away from being all washed up.
I mean, I must admit that bush dive then from Nightmare, that gave me shivers. That was scary close. I would not be doing that.
It was so close, and Deadly does not get the early relic. He is forced to go back and get his further back one, which leaves Nightmare at a bit of an advantage here. He does get the advantage of being able to 3 relic rather than the one relic that Deadly is forced to use.
Yeah, it will start to show, especially this type of matchup. It's a lot of damage, and that extra health is going to mean a lot for Nightmare, especially with the Yasuo passive as well.
Exactly, and we do see the difference coming out straight away. We do see the level difference, number one, and the health difference, number two. That was blocked just about by that wind wall, so he doesn't get that knock up into the ultimate, which could have secured him the kill in the end if he can get the damage down. He does dodge away from that tornado that Deadly did throw out. This is a war of attrition right now, so it was really trying to press any advantage you can get, and he misses his tornado onto Nightmare. Nightmare did dash through the minions to avoid it, and he does dash through Deadly's minions to get a little bit more CS, a little bit more of that dodging potential. So as we were talking about earlier, there is really high mechanical plays in these Yasuo matchups.
Mesmerizing.
And it's really, it's almost like a dance.
It is. It is a fascinating diving dance of two absolute masters of their field.
But we do see that it's more proactive on the side of Nightmare, since he is the one that's pushing in most, and it has to be Deadly that's being the really reactionary player in this matchup, since he's the one using the wind wall the most to block those tornadoes coming out from Nightmare. He does manage to knock up and gets the ultimate onto Nightmare. Nightmare doesn't quite take enough damage for it to be in any danger. He gets that relic. He has one available in the background, so he isn't in too much trouble here. Nightmare looking for to get the knock up. Washed up, Deadly, I should say, gets the knock up, gets knocked up by Nightmare. Exhaust does come down. Double exhaust is used, and that goes over to Deadly. Deadly is chasing down Nightmare now. He has the ability to, but he gets knocked up by that tornado, so he doesn't really get the follow-up. Both are dodging and diving and ducking and weaving around their minions, just trying to avoid each other. And we do see that Nightmare has gone to get his last relic. There is one available for Deadly right now. That wind wall was used to stop that tornado, so a slight advantage at this point for Deadly.
Yeah, another impressive wind wall. We've seen a few of those already this game. Certainly one of Yasuo's most interesting, if not most frustrating mechanics.
Interesting point about that wind wall, from what I've discovered, and I didn't know this, is that it doesn't block Vel'Koz's ultimate.
Okay.
So Vel'Koz's ultimate goes straight through it and just deals so much damage. So yeah, so not really to be taken into that Vel'Koz matchup, which you'd think if it does block, or if it were to block that Vel'Koz ultimate, it would be actually a really good matchup. But since it doesn't, it makes it a really bad matchup in my mind.
Yeah, it's a very important thing to know, I think. One of the things that made me, well, less bronze, slightly more silver, was learning silly little mechanics like that of each champion that you play. Amazing the tiny little details you can learn by watching people actually good. When I was learning to play Thresh, I watched loads of Mad Life videos.
Well, also what I find really helps, especially as a caster, is watching professional casters talk about things in draft mode, because really, games can be won and lost in the draft. So we talk about that in a second. As Nightmare does get knocked up, we do see washed up. Deadly does get knocked up. This is a trading of ultimates there. They are going to try and put a little more damage down onto each other. We do not have exhaust available on either side. It's coming up very soon. Flash is available as well. We do see a flash come up and be used by Nightmare. He has the exhaust available on both sides. Exhaust could be thrown down, but not quite yet, just because he can't secure the kill, so it would be a waste of the exhaust.
Yeah, typical to see the aggression from Deadly as well, because he is behind at the moment on CS by about 8, I believe. Slightly less now. But, yeah well, onus very much on him.
5 or 6 at the moment.
Yeah,
but it's constantly going back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do see another wind wall blocking the tornado being thrown out by Deadly. This is constantly the way it is going to be, since you don't need to have the wind wall for any other purpose except for to block those tornadoes coming out from your opponent. But it does have quite a long cooldown compared to the tornado that will be thrown out. They are trading quite a bit here. Nightmare is forced to back away a little bit. Double exhaust being thrown down either side will negate some of the damage. Both have tornado available wind wall does block that knockup. He misses his tornado onto Deadly, does get his relic though. So there's a relic available for Deadly. There's an all-in by Deadly here. He doesn't get quite enough damage. Takes a tower shot for his trouble. He does proc that shield passive from the enemy Yasuo. Nightmare's gonna go down here if he's not careful. First blood to Deadly.
GG, folks.
So that's 2-1 to Deadly. GG.
It was good, and it was all about those win walls in the end.
It was all about win walls.
Yeah, very, very, very good Yasuo ult as well. It almost calculated. Taking only the one tower hit, whereas it looked like he should have probably taken a few more.
Exactly. He took very unnecessary tower hit there, though. It was a little bit overextension, but you gotta give it to him since he is a really good player, and he probably just slightly undercalculated the distance that he was going. And everyone makes mistakes no matter how good you are. I mean, you could see even in some of the games we've seen Faker miss flash over walls. I mean, and it's Faker.
Yeah,
so
and he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
I mean, for anyone that has never heard of Faker, he's this small-time Korean guy. He streamed the other day. He got a few views, I think, didn't he? A couple of hundred. I mean, a slightly more than this stream has. So he's pretty good.
Just a little more than this stream has, yeah.
Yeah, it's slightly more, but I mean, he's a good player. We've seen. I think when people beat him, they're known as Faker killers, aren't they, or baby fakers? And Caps, I think, isn't it? A Fnatic, it was known as baby faker.
Caps hasn't played against Faker yet that I'm aware of.
No, I think it was his playstyle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's how good he is in mid lane that he's just being known as baby Faker.
Yeah, he's I mean, as a fan of Fnatic, somebody watches a lot of their games.
Oh, I'm such a Fnatic fan.
I do. I mean, should we just have a Fnatic chat? I think that's on the thing, isn't it?
I have 2 Fnatic jerseys, and I'm just like Fnatic all over.
I mean, I won't lie. I'm slightly disappointed this season. Caps, I've enjoyed watching Caps. I think he's good and maybe slightly aggressive.
I don't like Jazz's. I think Soaz is a little washed up.
Yeah. Oof. I mean, that's big.
Brox
big
is
words.
not bad. Brox is not bad, but Soaz is kind of the weak link in the games, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I like Brox. I think a lot of the UK fans like him. They see him as one of their own, I think, isn't he? Very much. He's a child of the UK scene. But talking of UK sceners, there's some very good UK players at the moment. I think I like Maxlaw. That was my first story on Esports News UK. Actually, it was a story covering Maxlaw versus Fnatic. But I think the big one has been Alfari. So impressive. Every week, there's the casters and commentators will single him out as the big player. And now that he's shifted from tanks, he's looking pretty good. I mean, maybe too good. He's certainly a big part in how Misfits are doing at the moment. Who are a very good team.
Exactly. They are a very good team at the moment, and Deadly is one of their subs, as we were talking about earlier on. And
so I think we're doing Hearthstone next. I'm currently reading the chat as we speak. It looks like best of 5 Hearthstone, so that we can get a little bit of difference. I don't know how Hearthstone works casting it wise, because I presume we just spectate it, but won't we only see one player's decks?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I've never spectated Hearthstone.
No, I have a few times, but I don't know how it works.
I'm fairly sure I'm not casting Hearthstone.
Well, I can see 2 other casters in the waiting room, unless they're playing. Sin and George. I don't know what they're doing.
I know. Yeah, no, they're both doing the. Yeah, they're both doing it.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep talking while I read Discord. We're in the late morning chill time now, as it's been coined by Mr. Sacco. This is the time where we put the Sacco to sleep, and he lets the kids run the stream. Me and Crane run. Yeah, me and Crane can run wild, and Darksil can do all sorts of things. So, I mean, an insight into Discord. Why not? We're playing and casting at the same time. I mean, that would be fun. They're going to commentate on their decks. I'm going to presume it's Sin and George that are playing.
No.
I'm currently being atted by Sacco in Discord. He's.
It's Taylor O'Boyle and Aaron Brown.
Oh, there you go then. They sound. One of those sounds very Irish.
Yeah.
Apparently, everyone's being left in the capable hands of Esports News UK David. I have some bad news for them. These are not capable hands.
It's like, oh no.
Crane is around. That's what we know. Sadly, I mean, if I'd have known sooner, we could have got some of these CS games going, because I think we've had a lot of network issues today. Not IEM level network issues for sure, but we've had our upsets. I think it was a shame to not do Overwatch and CS. It's nice to do some different stuff.
Well, what was wrong with Overwatch? I didn't hear. What was wrong
I
with
think
that.
the Overwatch one, I think they passed just on a proxy. I think because of the disaster that was CS, I think Overwatch was just left. I'm not actually too sure how the current state of Overwatch is with custom games, but it was decided to leave it be. But hey, come on Twitch, it's early morning. Maybe we can do some of my my ladder games, and I can get some advice. I'll probably just play Mercy. I'm not gonna lie. This is a League of Legends support main you're talking to here. So when I play other games, I support other people. You know.
Just like you supported me in the casting.
Exactly. It's like it's my job in life. I am the Robin to your Batman.
And I am an AD carry main, so it just fits.
Well, I mean, there you go. Hopefully you're better than the ones I play with. You are terrible.
I like to think so.
So
you never know.
Dom is leaving us now. I think he has just posted in Twitch chat. If not, if everyone could just say good night, Dom, in the Twitch chat, that'd be lovely. If you're all here, if we're just talking to ourselves, who knows? Maybe Deadly and Nightmare were the last bastions of hope for the stream, and those people are now all going to leave, and who knows?
They could just leave because they're like, they're not playing anymore.
Yeah, well, I hope that when people join and hear my voice, they stay there. I'm actually quite curious to see if we're back on Twitch front page again. I know that was meant to be happening. No,
I know, Twitch front page never loads for me, like no matter the day or like month rather.
I know at some point we're going back on there. We were on there from 12 till about 5, I think. I believe we're back on there at some point. But people have chatted so much nonsense in our Skype chat that I have no idea what's going on anymore. Dom just letting us know that we have 31 viewers for that chat. I mean, I'm impressed with everyone that's here. There's 28 now, I say that. But
you just caused everyone to...
yeah, everyone's like, right, he's talking still. It's time to bolt. But I think it's going pretty well. I'm still trying to work out exactly what's going on. Yeah. So, obviously, I'm in the driver's seat.
Obviously, yeah. It's a me. I'm going to go get some water so I can drink more G Fuel.
More G Fuel. This isn't sponsored, but I've never had G Fuel, so I mean, I'm sure it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I can't find my other cup, but it's fine. I'll just use this one.
He hasn't got his sippy cup. I've got another major popular sports drink energy brand in my fridge downstairs. But they didn't get back to me on Twitter, so I'm not giving them any shameless promotion.
Nice. Alright, I'll be back in 2 minutes anyway for all the shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm going to stick some music on so I don't sit and talk to myself and go absolutely insane. We will be back as soon as possibly.
17 shots, no 38. Yeah, I got the Glock in my bra.
I'm going to stick some music.
17 shots, no 38. Yeah, she's fine. Wondering will she be mine? Walk past, I press rewind. See that ass one more time. And I got this soda. Remy boys ain't no. Fast money don't show. No one can control. And I got this soda. Remy boys ain't no. Fast money don't show. No one can control. working. No diggity, I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you working. No diggity, I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you working. And I got this soda. Women boys that know. Fast money don't show. No one can control. No soda, no soda. Yeah. And I got this soda. Women boys that know. Fast money don't show. No, 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 they can't control. No, no, no. No diggity, darling. I like the way you work it. No diggity, darling. I'm about to bang. 1738. No diggity, darling. I like the way you work it. I'm about to bag it up. No diggity, darling. I'm about to bag it up. No diggity, darling. I like the way you work it. 1738. No diggity.
Hello.
Hey Ben.
Hello.
Hello. I'm gonna quickly now take the stream over, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course it is. Right, so for anyone that's still watching and paying attention, Hearthstone is next. So, yeah, enjoy and stuff.
So yeah, we've got we're doing a Hearthstone Best of 5 series. We've made some fun decks, all with different rule sets. This one, the first one we've chosen to do is Pirates versus Murlocs. I'll be playing Pirate Warrior.
And I'm going to be playing Murloc kind of variant rogue, but pretty much I've aimed it to be the Cold Light Oracle build deck. So it's going to be interesting to see.
We built these decks without seeing the other person's list. We just set the rules, built them within a couple minutes. We both tried to choose different matchups for each of them, but the final one you'll be able to see what we chose.
Okay, apparently the stream key has changed.
What's changed, sorry?
The stream key.
Uh-oh.
Hang on, let me re-put the stream key back in.
Let's hope so, because the Sacco is not here.
Yeah.
So right, guys, what would this stream be about? A few technical problems here and there.
Yeah, exactly.
What I can't work out is the stream did come back up.
Sure.
'Cause
So right, guys. Does it require me to end it my end and then you take it over that way?
no.
Okay. That's good.
I think it's fixed.
Let me double check. I'm just viewing the waiting screen at the minute.
Yeah, I have turned the waiting screen off, so it should change in a minute.
Good stuff.
Obviously
Okay.
on a small
I'll try and
delay.
keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I've got it open as well.
The moment of truth.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is exciting. It's almost as exciting as some of the fantastic 1v1s we've had
Okay.
today.
I know why. It's because your stream's still activated. For some reason, it's not letting me shut you out.
Okay. Do you want me to manually shut mine out?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Alright.